For my technology integration project, I focused on using 3 different websites to help students be able to learn about mostly animals, but later on things of their choice. I tried to really focus on helping them understand the importance of being safe on the computer, and then also how to really do beginning research on it. So my collaboration, I've been teaching for 7 years, and we have been focusing this past quarter and the quarter now on narrative writing, and so I thought it'd be really fun for them to be able to visually see pictures or watch videos on the computer versus just hearing about one thing. So my standards were writing standard 2, write informative explanatory text in which they name a topic, supply some facts about the topic, and provide some sense of closure. And we have been working a lot on how to write a paragraph. We have the stems to provide the support for them, and then we've been teaching them how to kind of create a variety. So instead of just saying fact, 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 they say the first fact, then they say another fact is, and then they also say also, comma. So that was the focus. So I did 4 weeks, and the first week we focused on National Geographic for kids. I really enjoyed this website probably the most because it was very kid friendly and students knew where to go, lots of pictures, and so depending on the animal they wanted, they would click on the picture and be able to learn more about it. I also liked that they didn't have to type anything in to pick the animal, which was very helpful. I learned that later on when I tried the other 2 websites. But another thing that was a little challenging, though, I mean, on the flip side, is that it was hard for some of the students who struggle in reading, and not all of the animal pages, web page for each animal had a video. Sometimes it would have a slideshow, but the slideshow wouldn't have text that would read to you, so reading became a very important skill in this activity. So for my second week, I focused on time for kids. Once again, we talked about how to search for information, how to best about safety, and they filled out a KWL form. They also filled out a KWL form for the last week. I had planned to do a KWL form and then have them write a paragraph, but it took quite a bit of time just to help them learn how to use the know, want to know, and learned paper. So I ended up not doing the paragraph writing, more the preparation for writing the paragraph, and kind of focusing on how to learn on the computer, which was definitely new for them because in the past I've always I might have given them a choice, but I'm the one researching and in control of the computer, and in this situation they had to learn how to use the internet more fully and understand how to search for things. So my next one, as I said, was time for kids. I really liked that there were visuals and that students were able to search for topics. The only struggles involved once again student ability in reading, and also sometimes they would type what they wanted and it wouldn't be there because Time for Kids is based on the articles that have been written. I did like that they had different bubbles for your your grade. So it had like K, and then it had 1 through 2 as a bubble, and then like 3 through 4. So the students were able to stay on material that was more within their reading level. I do wish there had been more interactive text stuff to learn more about through, instead of just reading. Then for my last week, third week, I focused on safe search for kids using Google, and I did like this website that it gave, that it was a real search engine. So whereas in Time for Kids, if the information, it either had it or it didn't have an article on that topic. But when you were able to use Search for Kids, you really had the freedom to look for what you wanted and really focus on what you wanted. The only drawback, once again, was reading ability and the ability to spell when they were searching. I had one little girl write panda, P-A-N-D-U, and she couldn't find anything on them, so I helped her by putting the A. It's almost like I wish there was a way for the computer to kind of predict what they wrote, but I did enjoy that they had more choice in that situation. Then the very final week, I let them choose what they would like. They had to do a KWL form, but they were able to choose the website that they liked best. So this is my first week. I listed the pros and cons. And then this is some of the student work. I really like the animals. The little drawings are really cute. And then this is my second week with pros and cons once again. And then this is my third week. My fourth week. And I thought it was kind of fun because on the fourth week, I tracked what they chose. And so what you can see is student choice. They definitely chose some over another, but each area had someone looking. Let me rephrase that. Each website had different kids on it, so it's nice that they didn't all have to do the same thing. They chose what they would like, and each website was used by someone. Okay, so then here's the next day. You'll see it's very small numbers because that was the snowstorm. And then last of all, day 3, more children the next day. And then this is my reflection. I really did enjoy doing this. It was a lot of work, but I'm glad I was able to. One thing I do differently is I might try using the Gale search engine. That's one of the tools available for education that I was told more about. That way it's more kid-friendly and more on their level in some ways. I think I would also try to find another thing I would definitely do is pair them up and take a lot more time focusing on what it means to research, and research meaning like first grade research, but even the ability to understand why they're doing it. Because I had some kids who would write something down, but that didn't necessarily mean they even understood the point of writing it down. So they knew the idea of copying information, but they did not understand why they were copying the information or really the purpose of it or value. And I do think part of that goes back to their reading ability and, well, their ability to process the information goes back to their reading ability. And so I thought it was a really good tool to say to the students, you need to be able to read. This is why we practice reading every day, so that you can learn how to research or learn how to study things as you get older. So overall, I think it was a successful project. I definitely could have taken more time. And that's all.